I'm Martin Kimmel, president of Kimmel Bogrette Architecture and Site, located in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. I'm the principal in charge of most of the projects and lead designer, and we have a great team of implementers and construction oversight folks who all work together. Worked with IMC on a number of projects that have been completed and others that are in various stages of the design. They include most notably a senior living facility called Spring Mill at Coldstream Crossing, which is a 100,000 square foot senior living facility that has assisted living, has skilled nursing, has Alzheimer unit. We're also working on a fabulous recreation facility for Haverford Township, which is also an environmental center. And another notable project that I could point out is a challenging renovation to the Tredeffrin Township Public Library. IMC has performed pretty much everything that I think a contractor could perform for us. It would include creative sort of budgeting at early stages in design to see if we can even have a project, detailed cost estimating for projects even that IMC is not necessarily going to build. They've been an assistant to us on that. They also give us some creative problem solving, buildability ideas that help us make our project more efficient and therefore more likely to get built, which is helpful. Then they've also acted as an owner's representative in projects where they were not the general contractor, and we had them as a construction manager advisor, and they've also acted as a general contractor as well, so in many, many capacities. Services where they excel and where we continue to reach out, early cost estimating that is not too conservative and not too aggressive, and again, being right is the key in cost estimating. We find that they're better than most. In addition to that, I think adding some creative value, in others, being able to look at a project before it's very far along and be able to come up with a creative estimate that is pretty close to target is something that's valuable. We always have project challenges, and the nature of the business is such that it's almost impossible to avoid them. So we have different types of project challenges. IMC has been on both sides of the table because they've worn different hats in terms of how we've had to deal with them. And so yes, we've had them. Obviously cost is always a big issue. Change orders are a big issue. Negotiating them fairly so that subcontractors aren't hurt and that owners aren't hurt and is very important. We found IMC to be fair and professional in those dealings, but in some projects they've taken on a role of helping to solve problems more so than being kind of an adversary. Particularly at Tredeffrin Public Library. It's a project that had huge amount of logistical issues in the library that had to remain open while mechanical systems were replaced and so on, and having them assist us in forcing the subcontractors to actually perform on schedule was a great help. When I think of IMC, in fact, particularly when I think of leading maybe a client to different contractors, I think of IMC first as professional. A lot of contractors in the business can be difficult to deal with, not very professional in their dealings, not very professional in the way they present themselves. And so that would be the first description that I would use. And when we have a client who I think needs that type of level of service, currently the Philadelphia Cricket Club in particular, we will often introduce IMC first. Employees and capabilities, I think top to bottom we found, again, if I'd use professional first. Competent. We deal a lot with estimating, but we deal with the CEO and we deal with the chairman and we deal with field folks and project managers, all of which I think are first very professional and I think largely fair. And as an architect who's sort of a guard of our clients' money, fair is something that we value in construction. In the field, managing projects that we're doing that are lead and their vast experience with green projects is something that's of value to us, and I think having good customer relationships while projects are going on is outstanding as well.